Megyn Kelly absolutely lost it recently because her daughter went to a new Broadway musical called and Juliet that puts trans love center stage, in her own words. Let's check this out. So we have this article here from the Daily Mail, and it says Megyn Kelly shares shock after daughter went to transgender reboot of Romeo and Juliet on Broadway. Her 12-year-old daughter was invited to see and Juliet on Broadway. Megyn Kelly shares her shock on her YouTube channel over her daughter unknowingly going to a transgender reboot of Romeo and Juliet on Broadway. I mean, honestly, like, it's probably a 50-50 chance of it being a trans reboot of something whenever you go into a show on Broadway. But this is still disgusting. I mean, the fact that 12-year-olds are going to a show about Romeo and Juliet that you think is about Romeo and Juliet, and it ends up being a trans reboot. Like, what is it? A trans reboot? I'm trying my best to not just get extremely pissed off, but also there's a ton of ads on this page, and it's really, really obnoxious. So let's just go watch Megyn Kelly talk about it herself over on Megyn Kelly's YouTube channel. Let's see what she has to say about this Romeo and Juliet situation.
About something that happened to us recently. My daughter got asked to go to a Broadway show with a bunch of her friends. She's 12. And the name of the show is ampersand, Juliet. And Juliet. And I had never heard of this. And it was a very nice offer of the other family to take this group of girls to Broadway. So we're like, sure, that's great. So I looked it up because I'm not a dope, just to make sure, like, well, you know, I want to know what she was going to. All right, here is the description that I saw. If you just Google and Juliet, it'll take you to the website. It's the and Juliet website. It's not like some rando. And it says, created by the Emmy-winning writer from Schitt's Creek. Okay, that's a successful show. This hilarious new musical flips the script on the greatest love story ever told. And Juliet asks, what would happen next if Juliet didn't end it all over Romeo, yet whisked away on a fabulous journey as she ditches her famous ending for a fresh beginning and a second chance at life and love her way. Juliet's new story bursts to life through a playlist of pop anthems as iconic as her name, including Since You've Been Gone, Roar, Baby One More Time, Larger Than Life, That's the Way It Is, and Can't Stop the Feeling. All from the genius songwriter-producer behind more #1 hits than any other artist this century. Break free of the balcony scene and get into this romantic comedy that proves there's life after Romeo. The only thing tragic would be missing it. That sounds cute, right? Sounds like a little girl powery. That's good, fine, I don't care. Thought she'd enjoy it.
Yeah, the fact that it does sound normal is actually, it makes the whole situation even worse. Like, it makes it even more sickening that little kids are going to a play that they think is about Romeo and Juliet, that they think is pretty normal. You know, like Megyn Kelly was saying there, it sounds like something that a little girl would enjoy. And then they go to this and just listen to the rest of Megyn Kelly's clip here.
So she comes home, she had a great time with her friends, she loves this gal. And I was like, well, what about the show? How was that? And she's like, well, it was a little weird. Like, what was weird about it? She's like, but there was a lot of trans stuff in it, and like trans love and trans kissing and trans. I was like, what? It's been a while since I've read Romeo and Juliet, but I don't think that's not in there. And even if Romeo were to die, I don't think Juliet would go trans. I'm not, right? So I'm like, maybe she was exaggerating. I don't know, but you never know because Broadway's. So I did a little Googling when she got home and found this little promo that had been done. Clearly, I should have gone beyond the show page when I was researching the show before she went, and found this little video by an actor named Justin David Sullivan, who stars as the character May, who now I understand is Juliet's best friend in the musical. Watch this. I'm not a girl, don't tell me what to believe.
Oh my God. I can't believe this is the world that we live in, man. It's so hard to continue to do these videos where I just have to see this stuff on a daily basis, because it's every day I just wake up, I make these videos, and it's just a reminder that we're doomed. Every single time, we're just doomed. It's like, it's not getting any better. People are waking up, yeah, for sure. Like, more people are understanding like the evil that's happening in the world and the nonsense that's happening. But is it really getting any better, or is it just getting worse? Like, are we seeing this more and more often? Or are we seeing it less? I don't know.
It's a man with flowers in his hair and makeup.
Hi,
and
I'm Justin David Sullivan. I use the pronouns he, she, and they.
Good
and I
Lord.
play Julie's best friend, May. And Juliet is a contemporary musical that reimagines the classic story of Romeo and Juliet, where Juliet doesn't die and takes the initiative of her own life, and it follows a group of friends coming into their own. May goes on a journey of self-discovery, finds love, and explores their gender identity.
I am fiercely proud that there are characters in the show that are in conversation with queer representation and what it means to find love in a way that perhaps is often seen as unconventional.
We wanted to make the story kind of as accepting of all people and embracing of all people as possible.
I've never seen a non-binary character experience in a Broadway musical before, so just to have that representation on stage is so important. May's experience just happens to be so close to my own, and I feel so lucky that I get to tell the story. I'm not a girl. This show celebrates queer love in a way that Broadway has been waiting for.
Good to know.
You know what's kind of base that I just thought of, though? The fact that Megyn Kelly's daughter is 12 and she went to this show. Like, honestly, when I'm 12 years old, maybe I'm underestimating myself, but if I was 12 years old and I went to this show that Megyn Kelly's daughter went to, I'm probably not picking up that this is a trans person. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really paying attention to the plot of the play. I'm just there to hang out with my friends and, you know, laugh and joke and stuff like that. It's kind of based that Megyn Kelly's kid can pick it up, and she's like, you know, Megyn Kelly asked her, like, how was the play? And she was like, it was cool. There's a lot of trans stuff. Like, it's kind of base. Yeah, I hope I can raise my kids that way too.
Good to know.
What do you make of it?
It's all a sort of, I would say to Dr. Drew all the time, and especially recently, just all roads lead to narcissism. Like, we're going like, why are we in this place, or how do you figure this out, or what's this person doing? It's all just a narcissistic disorder about, you know, if you listen to any of these people from any of these groups, it always starts with I. Like, I represent, I stand up. You know, all the people with the horrible narcissistic disorders, all the super blowhards on the left, you know, like when Alyssa Milano tweets, you know, it's like, I stand up for all children. I stand up for clean water. I stand up for a government that's corruption. Like, okay, you. It's all narcissistic. No one has ever brought this to the stage before. I'm standing up for the people that lurk in the shadows. Like, at this point, over the last 5 years, LGBT, trans, you guys still lurking in the shadows? Because I can't walk 5 feet without hearing about your ass.
It's amazing.
That's what I'm saying to you, man. He's spot on with that. Like, it definitely is a narcissistic thing. And that's what I was saying. Like, you can't walk 5 feet without hearing about it. And that's why, like, a lot of people are saying, oh, everybody's waking up. Like, you know, the tide is turning, the pendulum is swinging. Like, is it though? Like, maybe voting wise, like, yeah, Donald Trump's probably going to win the next election. Is it really that big of a victory, though, to win over a senile old man? You know, it's like, is the pendulum actually swinging if Donald Trump gets elected, but we still have to deal with this stuff every single day, more and more every single day? I don't know. Like I said, it feels like just a reminder that we're absolutely doomed and that things aren't getting much better. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just too much of a doomer. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Megyn Kelly situation. I found it pretty funny, kind of based that her daughter was 12 years old and can pick up that there's a lot of trans stuff in the play, but it's also disgusting that a 12-year-old can go to this play and the parents have no idea because the description of it doesn't really tell anybody what's going on. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this whole Megyn Kelly situation.